What's the range in quality here as I'm looking at all the masks on this table?
So the cloth masks, it really depends on double layer, single layer type of material, but maybe 20% protection. So there's about 80% of the particles be getting through.
20%?
Absolutely. Surgical masks are definitely better in terms of the filter material, but they're not meant to fit tight. So you can get a significant amount of leakage, probably around 50% of the aerosols getting in that we'd be concerned about.
Half of the aerosol still getting in through this because of all the holes. It doesn't fit properly.
Yeah, it's not meant to fit properly.
And all of that compared to KN95, N95 masks, how do these stack up?
So the KN95s and the N95s are meant to be at least 95% in terms of the filter material itself and its efficiency at stopping particles.
What if you've got one of these, but you wear it like this, below your nose? How much protection are you getting there?
Well, if you're a nose breather, you're getting 0. If you're a mouth breather, you might still be getting 10 or 20%, but basically it's not very effective at all.
It's nearly as bad as not wearing a mask?
Absolutely, yes.
People who are doing Christmas shopping, getting on public transit. Would you feel comfortable wearing a mask like this?
Personally, I don't like wearing the surgical mask. I think it's not protective enough if I'm surrounded with people that I don't know, who may or may not be carrying the Omicron. So I personally go with a KN95 or an N95 if I'm in a high risk or a high occupancy scenario.
Because if we can use the analogy of not wearing a mask being like not wearing a seatbelt, how would you gauge this sort of mask?
Wearing the surgical mask is kind of like wearing the lap belt without the shoulder belt. You've got some protection, but you hope you don't get into trouble and get into an accident.
Huh. And wearing a KN95 would be like what, full seatbelt?
Full seatbelt plus an airbag. It's as much protection as we can offer. Not guaranteed to protect you, but it does a much, much better job.
Okay, so let's bring in Dr. Zane Chagla in Mississauga on this, because Dr. Chagla, I think the hard question here, the million-dollar question is, what do you do for a family gathering that one might be planning this holiday season? You're getting together with people you trust, who you think have been responsible. Are you supposed to wear a mask in that situation?
Look, I think if you're going to eat and drink together, there is going to be some exposure risk there, right? If you're going to stay over, there's going to be some exposure risk there. And so you may want to mitigate your spread through other means, like improving ventilation, like using rapid tests, and again, keeping the gathering small so that you have a set amount of people in terms of risk. As you get larger and larger and larger, though, that's where you start incorporating things like masks in terms of mitigating risk and adding another layer of protection. And so, it really depends on what that gathering is and how long people are together, to which, a mask can offer an added benefit.
Hey, Dr. Chagla, very briefly, I hear all the praise for KN95s. They're also super expensive. Not everybody can afford them. Where are we at with reusing them, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, these are still disposable masks. You have to go based on the manufacturer instructions. Most of them have about an 8-hour one-day life, so kind of 8 one-hour uses or 1 8-hour use. You do want to be careful about reusing masks as they do wear down in efficacy, and straps may also break with repeated use.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.